Here's the truth. Building software from scratch here in 2025 and into 2026 is a waste of your time. And honestly, if you're still writing every line of code manually, you're already behind. What if I told you that there's a brand new AI tool set that lets solo developers like you and like me build the same software it used to take a team of 5 or 10 or 20 developers in a fraction of the time? I'm talking about days or weeks instead of months without sacrificing the quality. So today I'm going to break down the exact no-code and AI stack that I use personally to build full custom apps, SaaS products, and automation systems that I sell for thousands of dollars. And if you stay to the end, I'll show you how all of these tools work together in one clean workflow so you can steal my system and start building and producing things way faster. So my name is Dan Hafner. I am the owner of Dapper No-Code, a small no-code app development firm here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Build apps for mobile apps, web apps, full SaaS applications for startups, small businesses, and entrepreneurs who have ideas and want to bring them to life. Now, here is the issue developers and founders run into. And when I say developers, I also mean small business owners who want to build software. They think that the only way to launch a real quality product is to code it and to figure out or learn how to code. Really everything by hand, right? The UI, the database, the logic, integrations, automation, deployment, the whole 9 yards, right? The problem is that mindset is killing your momentum. It killed my momentum when I started learning this in the beginning. And it's why most software ideas that go down that path never get past the notebook phase, right? That's what I call it, the notebook phase. Now, here is the good news. A brand new stack of tools flips this on its head. And these are tools that I personally use, I have vetted, I use every single day in my business, not only for my products, but for my client products as well. So the first tool that I want to dive into, you probably have heard me talk about this if you listen to my podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, is Adalo. This is our mobile app builder or web app builder that we use. There are tons of them out there. I'll probably do review videos on all kinds of different tools in the future. This is one of the traditional no-code builders, I call it, because it is not a prompt-based tool like your Lovable or your Base 44 or Replit, which those tools are great. I have my opinions on them, but Adalo has been the go-to platform that I personally have found for building mobile apps and lightweight web apps insanely fast, right? You basically drag and drop your screens. If you can point and click and you can type, you can build it. And you build your database visually. It's very sheet-based, like a Google Sheets type of format. And you can also publish these apps directly to the iOS Apple App Store and Google Play without touching any code. It's perfect for MVPs, client portals, internal tools, and apps that you need to get on the App Store. We use it every single day. It is a very, very powerful platform. Very good friends with the CEO, myself, and there are a lot of really cool ways that it's improving and going to improve heading into 2026. So I highly recommend that you look into it. The next tool in this stack is Go High Level, or in my case, we use a white labeled version of this called Launchpad. Now, Go High Level is a very popular software. If you have never heard of it, think of it as your all-in-one tool to handle basically all of your business operations. We're talking a customer relationship management, CRM, email marketing, text messaging, your funnels, your websites, payments, automations, calendar bookings, pipelines, like the whole business operating system. Not only that I use to run my business, Dapper No-Code, but also install in these app and software businesses that we're building. We found that a lot of people will build an app or a software, and then you find out that, hey, I need a backend for this. I need a system for this. I need to actually make this into a real business. Go High Level is by far the best tool that I've ever found that manages all this. And you can bolt this right onto any no-code app to give it the business infrastructure that it needs, such as the onboarding sequences, the email payments, the marketing, the systems, all of those things. It is very, very highly recommended. And if you want to check out Go High Level or even Launchpad, our specific one for no-code apps, you can look at the link below in the description. The next tool is Pickaxe. Now, this is a relatively new tool that we've been diving into that has been very, very powerful and been a great add-on to our technology stack. Pickaxe, Pickaxe, one word. Now, Pickaxe lets you build custom AI tools and chatbots without coding, and then package them as standalone products or bundle them inside of what's called a studio. It's a very, very cool tool. So instead of building your entire AI feature inside of your app, sometimes even in tools like Adalo or Bubble, it's not really natively possible. You can just embed a Pickaxe tool. It's fast, it's clean, it's scalable. It's a pretty amazing tool that we are leaning into here at the end of 2025 and heading into 2026 that I highly, highly recommend people look into. Next is one of my secret weapons, and I alluded to some of these prompt-based tools before, such as your Lovables, Replets, or Base 44s. One that I have found, and we have found in our team that works very, very well in a lot of different cases, is called Greta. Now, Greta is exactly like that. It's a prompt-based AI building app tool, and it turns prompts into fully designed, consistent UI mockups, user flows, and clickable applications that can be scaled right out of the gate. It is a very, very interesting tool. And the reason that I have always liked it, we also have a lifetime license to it, which is awesome because we don't pay monthly for it. You can find that on AppSumo. I'm not sure at this time, if you're watching this, if it will still be available, but it is also, there's tons of models to choose from. The credit usage is very, very reasonable. And, your clients can really see a fully designed app really before you even blink. It's really amazing. We've literally been on sales calls and I prompt the tool to build what they're looking for and it spits it out. And then they are just blown away at the speed and the quality of what it actually creates. It's really, really amazing. So the next tool in our stack I want to get to is called UX Pilot. Okay, so now this is really more of your designer phase. We use this in tandem with Greta and Adalo a lot because it's an AI designer that creates screen by screen layouts, components, spacing, color palettes, everything. You feed it a flow prompt, it generates the entire design of a mobile app, a desktop app, anything you can imagine. And it keeps things consistent. And it's really amazing. You can even use the tool to upload pictures and screenshots of your existing website, your app, your funnel, whatever, and it can suggest UI and UX improvements. It's unbelievably valuable for us, and it has probably 100x our speed on building mockups, wireframes, you name it, before we actually go and build in tools like Greta or Adalo or Bubble or whatever. It's insanely consistent. And it is just insanely valuable for us as a development shop. Finally, the last tool in this stack is make.com. Now, this is kind of the middleware piece where all of your tools end up talking to each other. A lot of times when we use Adalo, we use Go High Level, we use Pickaxe, we use all these things. They're all separate softwares. How do you make them talk to each other, right? The best tool that I have found has been make.com. It's for automations, APIs, webhooks, workflows, you name it. You need a notification, a CRM update, database sync. Make handles it. It's where all the magic happens. Now, I will also throw in a couple bonus tools in this piece. We definitely use Zapier very heavily as well. And we are also starting to use the brand new tool taking the world by storm called N8N. Make is definitely more of your heavy development knowledge. You definitely need to be maybe a little bit familiar with some coding because you can do a lot more complex things in make.com as opposed to something like Zapier, which I kind of call the Apple of the automation stuff. It's much more easy to understand, to work, to build things in, and it has an AI component as well to it, where it'll build the flow for you. But you can't do quite as complex functions and automations inside of Zapier, at least from what I've found, as you can in tools like Make and N8N. So depending on your needs, depending on your level of technical feasibility, Zapier, Make, or N8N might be the best for you, depending on where you stand on that. All right, so as we wrap this up, the tech stack, the flow that we use to build and produce our apps. Again, I've been doing this since 2018. I've used hundreds of tools, maybe if not thousands of tools over the years. And these are the ones that I come back to every single time. So what happens when we either bring on a new client or we want to build a new product for ourselves, right? We start with UX Pilot. We turn that prompt and that idea into full screen layouts and what this app is actually going to look like with the branding kit, the colors, the walkthrough, all of that stuff. We might also use Greta for that inside of just maybe building a prototype if they already have some mockups or things like that to actually get a clickable thing, because the UX Pilot is not really a clickable type of prototype. It's more just it's like an advanced version of Figma. So we'll use UX Pilot and or Greta first. We'll then go over to Adalo and we'll build the app. Sometimes we just go from UX Pilot to Greta and we'll build the app as well. So we're going between either one of those depending on the requirements of the application. So we'll build the app and launch it inside of Adalo or Greta. Then we connect Make, which is the middleware system to connect it to our next tool of Go High Level or Launchpad, or even other tools that you might want to connect. Maybe you have a custom CRM that you like to use or already use in your business that we can use make.com to connect to your app. Finally, then we have Go High Level, which is handling all of those back-end systems, the automations, the payments, that whole 9 yards. And then finally, Pickaxe is where we'll also add in any of the AI functionalities that we can embed inside of the Greta app or Adalo. And then that can also be connected using a tool like Make or Zapier to the high level thing. So that's kind of how we formulate this tech stack together, starting from design to build to launching to automating and optimizing as we build that product in that client tool. So you can build, 90 to 95% of your software product without touching a single line of code and still deliver enterprise level value or build an enterprise level type of application. So whether you're watching this as a founder of a company, a small business owner, or someone who's more like what I call a wantrepreneur, you have an idea for an app and you're looking to build it and get it built, you can take this tech stack of tools and you can build things yourself without having to hire people, without having to go down the whole rabbit hole of figuring all of it out on your own. But if you are someone who is like, you just talked about a lot of tools, Dan, I don't really know what to do with all of this. We build full MVPs in anywhere between a week and 30 days sometimes using this exact stack. And we've done it hundreds of times at this point. So if you want to see that full workflow in action, I'm actually going to look at a video right here, probably in the next week or so, that's going to show you a step-by-step process of going through all of this. But also, if you are an entrepreneur or a small business owner and you would just rather not learn these things and want me or my team to build this app for you and bring that app to life, you can click the link in the description below and we'll definitely have a conversation about that with you as well.